I'm going to show you how to create user-defined functions and how to save them so that you can use them on every sheet. So I have a couple of very simple things here. I've got the part number, the price, and the cost. And so I've created a user-defined function, and I go equals, and I call my function profit. And so then I can click on that, and it'll put it in there. And then just to show what it's going to do, it has here is it wants the sale price, and then it wants the cost. And there you go, that it figures out the profit. So what it's basically doing is it's subtracting the cost multiplied by an overhead and taking it from the sale price, and so that's your profit. Now, another example of a user-defined function is, so the sale date was the 1st of November, so let's see when this bill's due. So let's go equals due date, and there you go again. And the only thing I need to put in there is the date that it was sold on, and then I press enter, and there you have the due date for this bill. Now let's go look at the code. Writing functions are pretty simple. You name it public function, and then you name whatever you're going to call it when you pull it up, and it's going to be profit. And then you define what the variables are. So the sale price is an integer, cost is an integer, and the result of this is going to be an integer. That's important as well. So profit equals the sale price minus the cost times 1.07, and that's how we calculate the profit. Now, the other function that I did was due date. So public function due date, purchase as, I didn't say purchase date, I said purchase as date, and the result is going to be a date. So due date equals purchase plus 30. So we're just adding 30 days onto it. So that looks fine, but then you go and you have another sheet you need to work on. So let's go Control N and open up another worksheet, and let's go. This is the cost 888, or the sale price is that, and this is 444, and then you go equals and then profit, and it's going what? It hasn't been saved. So now let's save it so that it can be used every place. So let's delete this. Now if we take what we've got here in our so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this code here that's in the module in the workbook that I'm in, and I'm going to copy it, and then I'm going to go to my personal and then I'm going to open up a new module within my personal workbook, and then I pasted it in here. So that looks like it should work. So now let's go back to our second sheet, and it still doesn't work out. You're not going to go profit, and it's not going to bring anything up, and you still get nothing. So to run this from our personal book, we're going to have to type in equals, and we're going to have to type in personal .xlsb, and then we're going to put an exclamation mark, and then we're going to write profit, and then we're going to put an opening bracket, and then we're going to put the sale price, and then we're going to put a comma, and then we're going to put the cost, and then we're going to close it, and then we're going to press enter. So there it's calculated for you, but that's not very efficient or anything else to access that macro. So let's show you how you can set it up so that it works automatically. So what I've done now is I've gone back to my Visual Basic screen here, and I've clicked on my VBA project, my personal workbook, and then on the bottom on the properties box, it allows me to rename it, and I'm going to rename it just something so that it sticks out a little bit. So I'm going to name it BH Personal. So now I have the BH Personal. So now you click on one of the other books, not the one that you've just created. The BH is up here. So I'm just going to click on Project Book, BBA Project Book 1. and I'm going to Tools and References, and then we have BH Personal here. And so I'm going to say OK, and now you can see that it has added the references. So now you go back to your sheet, and let's put in 800, and let's put in 550. And then if you go equals and profit, it's not going to come up automatically anymore. But we know that it's the sale price and comma, and then it's the cost here. And then we close the bracket, and it calculates it for you. Now, one more time, if I go Control New, it's not going to work unless I go back up to the Developer tab and go to Visual Basic. And now I'm on the next book here, and so then I just have to go up to Tools, and I go References, and I once more click the BHC Personal and say OK. And then if you have a long list of functions, then you can use these functions in every sheet. So every sheet that you want to use the functions on, you must go and put the reference to the personal workbook on it. So that's how you create automatic functions that you can use on every sheet. Please subscribe.